Series in New York facing the Yankees. The excitement. Okay. The excitement of the Yankees now come back facing the Rangers. They won the World Series last year. Do you feel there's the same kind of excitement, energy around this one, or does it feel a little bit different? Just think that home.
Obviously they're the world champs. They're sort of kind of trying to find their way right now. They've been banged up a lot. I think Corey is in town, but he's not playing tonight. But yeah, they're still the world champs, and we came off a big series in New York, get an off day, and I expect us to play well, this homestand.
With James Paxton after his last outing, what are you hoping to see from him today? Just kind of get back on track.
I think with James, obviously, the New York outing was abbreviated intentionally. And the last one just wasn't very good, and so I think that right now it's go out there and fill up the strike zone. The stuff plays in zone. He just hasn't been in the strike zone very much, and I think if he gets ahead, it's an aggressive swinging team, and get some swing and miss, get some quick outs, and get into that sixth inning.
Skipper, with the success you had on the road, did you learn anything about your team that you didn't know before?
No, not really. I think that I've been with these guys for long enough to appreciate that, the ability to focus and play a clean ball game, play up to the level of competition is certainly in there. We haven't been as consistent as any of us would have liked, but that's baseball. It's a marathon. But no, I was happy to see the way they responded, and we're going to start here at 13 in a row. The pen is in a good spot. I think our starter's in a good spot right now, and so I just want to keep playing. Build off that momentum this last series.
Dave, you mentioned Seager. When he's mentioned, you hear his name. What do you think of first?
Superstar. Just a heady baseball player, great competitor, and really has performed really well on the biggest of stages. So, very good Dodger, and I'm happy I had a chance to coach him.
Like kind of every October, right, especially in the years that it hasn't worked out for you guys, to kind of talk about, guys in that moment and stuff. Do you think, obviously he's a two-time World Series MVP, do you think there's such a thing as an October player? And if Seager is one, why do you think he is?
I think that over the first couple years, I don't think he was very good in the postseason. I think in 20 it really started, and I think Corey is an aggressive swinger, and so he understood the value of just taking walks when you need to, and when they throw it over the plate, hit it hard and do what he does. And so he's carried that on through the following postseasons. As far as us, it still takes more than one player. I think collectively we just haven't been great the last couple of years offensively.
What do you kind of remember about his last year here, and kind of what you thought about your chances of re-signing him and just the way all that played out?
Obviously, I think we're all open, and it's a two-way deal, and he and his representation got a deal that they couldn't refuse, and he and Matty are happy over there. So obviously, any team's better with Corey Seager.
You play with Ortiz. You've seen some pretty incredible postseason performances. 4 years removed. How special was that 20 run from?
Yeah, I mean the 20 was like I think the best I've ever seen was David Ortiz in 2004. But that 20 postseason for Corey was right up there with it.
Yeah, we saw Max fielding grounders. Is that always doing baseball activity?
Yeah, he's running, throwing, catching the baseball, but as far as swinging, he's not doing that. So I don't know when we're going to pick that up.
So no updated timeline?
No updated timeline. It's still, if you're not swinging a bat, it's still, you're out. Yeah, I just don't know what that progression looks like.
Anything on Bobby?
Bobby is throwing Thursday for Sugarland, or at Sugarland for our OKC team. So if all goes well, this should be his last one. And then Clayton is going to do a sim game on Thursday here against some of our guys.
How about Brazier?
Brazier threw a pen. He just got here today, got back today. I'll kind of give him a flyby, but threw a pen. Still feels some tentativeness with the calf, but the arm's in good shape. So I just don't know still what that looks like.
Dave, it seemed like the experience in the Bronx kind of elevated everybody's approach Can you sustain something from that experience throughout?
You know, I think you can, you can, but it's just not going to show every night. You know, baseball is so difficult and so up and down. So the hope is you can, but looking at, you know, however many more games we have, there's going to be some duds in there, and that's just inevitable for any ball club.
You had mentioned 150 at-bats to kind of evaluate Gavin Lux. He's past that now. We have an evaluation of what he's been looking like.
I think the needle is pointing up. I think that for me, I'm just looking for the consistency of quality of at-bat. I think in the first 150, there were a number of empty at-bats, and I think that, you know, looking out, let's try to curtail those and minimize those.
Dave Rojas, the third tonight, what went into it?
It's just more of just trying to split time with Kike and Rojas, keep them involved.
For Teoscar, do you think, he's obviously not an incredibly hot bat as of late, but do you think something maybe kind of unlocked or sparked while in New York for him?
You know, I think to the question earlier, I do think that he's been waiting for that moment to play on that stage, and he certainly performed. And so, you know, I hope it's not a dud tonight. But, you know, but it's not easy. It's not easy to keep that same intensity and focus every single night. But just knowing that you can see some really good pitching and go out there and perform. So Teo's been fantastic for us.
I know it's still early in the season, but is there something to kind of seeing some of the players who, there's a lot of talent in this organization, but seeing them kind of rise to the occasion in those moments that excite you for what October could look like in this group?
Yeah, I think so. And that's, I think, for us, for baseball fans in general, I thought that was potentially a good preview. Really good baseball. And so I definitely know what was in there, and so it's fun to see it. And so this is still going to be a fun series. You know, we're playing against the world champs. Thanks, guys.
I just want to ask about Shohei. Is he fine? Is he health-wise?
Health-wise, he's fine. Yeah, he is.